Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we're talking about my top 5 wintertime confidence baits that I use to put more fish in the boat during these winter months. It has been storming here in Northern California for the last couple days. I wanted to get on here and throw together a video for you guys. We're headed into late November and December, into that just real grinder months of January, and then looking forward to February and March. In Northern California, obviously, we're really lucky to be able to fish all year round. Let's get started. Starting things off, we're going to go power fishing. We're going to go with the umbrella rig, the Alabama rig, whatever you choose to throw as far as an umbrella rig goes, whether it's the finesse version to a little bit bigger version, depending on where you're fishing. Wintertime umbrella rig fishing is just something that I absolutely love to do. So whether you like to throw, like a budget one like this one, this is the umbrella. This is literally one of the first umbrella rigs I ever threw. It's a budget type umbrella rig, and I throw this with a ton of confidence because I personally don't care if I lose this, because it doesn't cost me a whole lot to replace it, all the way up until you like your custom stuff. This one's going to be from Bass Slayer Baits Company up in Cotati, California, close to Clear Lake, Bass Factory. And this is going to be built more so for those bigger bites. And I'll get into, really how I set these things up. And I go with the Dirty Jigs Matt Allen Tactical Swim Bait Head. And the way I weight it is usually my middle one is going to be the 1/4 ounce to get it down. And then I'm going to balance it out with an 1/8 ounce head on each side. And what that allows me to do is, one, it balances it. Two, if you have this back hook a little bit heavier, it seems like it doesn't get hung up as much when you cast it. But you're slow rolling it. Again, you're imitating a shad, threadfin shad. Up at Clear Lake, you're going to get the hitch, bait balls. And that's what they're really looking for. I maintain bottom contact a lot of the time, or like to be on the bottom with that umbrella rig. And I'm throwing just the 3.8 Kitech and the 2.8 Kitech for the dummies. So this is in Sexy Shad. This is my go-to. Keep it simple. Like I said, guys, I don't do anything super special during the winter. I don't really throw a whole lot of big baits, but I will throw an umbrella rig. And just a bonus to throwing the umbrella rig is it's going to keep you, it's going to keep you warm. It beats dragging, and I've produced some bigger fish. I'll probably throw some fish catches up here, at least one for each of these techniques, to kind of show you, at least 1 or 2 fish that I've caught on that particular technique during the wintertime. Oh, hot. Oh my gosh. Oh. Beautiful Folsom Lake bass. How you doing? All right, let's get into something that is basically a new confidence bait for me this year, is the underspin. And again, this particular one, this is a 1/2 ounce Cool Baits. Have it right here, the XL version. And this is, I believe they call this color right here Old Faithful. I call it like a naked head, but I believe Cool Baits calls it Old Faithful. And again, this is, when those bait balls have dispersed, and they're just looking for singles. Some days the umbrella rig is going to work really well, and other days slow rolling this thing on the bottom, you just can't beat it. So again, this is a 3.8 Kitech fat impact swimmer on a your standard underspin there. Oh, boom. Cool baits underspin. Cool baits underspin. All right, so kind of moving away from, you know, your power fishing, your reaction, and getting into kind of like Old Faithful, as I call it, is just your jig. And for me, it's a finesse jig. So, you know, for me, I love this right here. This is the Kitech half-ounce finesse jig. Another really good player, especially up here in Northern California. You know, our very own Bass Union jigs right here. These things are amazing. I've thrown these things on deep water impalements during the winter and absolutely slayed them. So, I mean, you can't have a top 5 in the winter without a jig, right? And I'm just throwing your standard, you know, I love the Yamamoto 5-inch double tail grub. You know, these are simple colors. This one here is just a green pumpkin with various different color flakes, purple, red flake. Can't go wrong with that. And again, this one, I believe this one is your cinnamon purple flake on this one. And again, guys, during the wintertime, I'm keeping it simple. I'm not, you know, super flashy with what I do, and I really like to just natural colors, real simple presentation. You know, with the jig, I won't really get into technique, but sometimes I'm just counting the rocks. So don't ever count out the jig. Always have that tight on all year round, but especially during winter. There we go. Dude, that's a Folsom Lake freaking stud. You guys see that? I don't care that big here. They get chunky. Just like that. That's what I'm talking about. All right, the next one I got for you guys is, it's kind of an extension of the jig, but for some reason, some days the jig is just flat out not working. And this is an owner. It's kind of a finesse football head, just a naked head, no skirt, no color, no nothing, open hook, no weed guard. This thing will absolutely slam some days. And it's really going to depend on, for me, what I'm throwing on it. And I'm throwing the 5-inch Yamamoto hula grub in various colors during the dead of winter. This darker, you know, real black purple flake, I believe it's black cinnamon purple flake, is something that I absolutely have a ton of confidence in. Other times, again, this is just simple colors. This is baby bass, and then this is just a green pumpkin black flake. So again, guys, it's literally just confidence. I've caught so many fish on this little setup here, and when it gets tough, it absolutely works. Oh. Boom. All right, sticking with kind of the finesse, we're going from power fishing to finesse over here. You know, something it's been around for a while, but it's obviously got a lot more notoriety here with forward facing, is the old ball head minnow technique, mid strolling, penduluming, whatever you want to call it. This is the Matt Allen guppy head in the 1/0 version. Absolutely love this. This is the first gen, I believe it's the either jaw dropper or jaw breaker. And it's really just how you want to work it. I pair it up with this 3-inch scope shad, which out here in California, we have a lot of spotted bass fisheries. And the spotted bass absolutely murder this when you get around them. And, you know, like I said, it's either mid-strolling. I've done a lot of mid-strolling with it. I've also just dragged it on the bottom. I've done a lot of penduluming where I pop it and, you know, keep the rod tip up and just kind of let it work its way back. So I've caught them in various techniques, but definitely a confidence bait. Again, winter time, they're looking for bait fish, match the hatch. This 3-inch one, I'll throw a video up, almost exactly matches some of the sizes of the threadfin chan I'm pulling out of my local lake over here. Oh, guys, choked it. Look at that, boys. To kind of round things out, in my opinion, you can't beat the old Ned rig, the old Ned head right here. And again, it's 1/4 ounce Ned head, natural color. I like the open hook. I feel like it gives me a really good advantage in these deep water impelements, and I usually go with the 1/4 ounce. So I'm pairing that up with various baits here. Again, this is just your Yamamoto, kind of like a miniature Senko here, stick bait, Ned floater, all the way down to, you know, the good old Reaction Innovations. This isn't the Sweet Beaver, this is a Smalley Beaver. I modify that a little bit, and depending on what time of year it is, I'll, you know, split the tail or I'll keep the tail together. And something that I'm going to try out is this Yamamoto covert crawl right here. This is a small little, like 2.5-inch crawl that I think is going to pair up great with this Ned, you know, this Ned hook here. So the Ned rig, never going to count that out. Keep that on your list. Should always have that tied on, in my opinion. Look at that. The old Ned rig right in the roof of the mouth. Just when I thought I was going to abandon hope on the Ned. And I generally like to work my way, when I get on the water, from this side all the way over to this side. I prefer to stick with the power fishing, and I will stick with the umbrella rig or the underspin for a few hours, or even pick it up if if I'm throwing the jig for a while, just to see if I get bit, because they just have that instinct to eat, have to feed. It looks exactly like a bait ball or a bait fish. So again, hopefully that's helped you guys out. This is the first time I've done one of these videos. Just sharing, you know, what I like to throw, what I have confidence in when I get out on the water, and then I expand from here. One thing that I did kind of want to mention is, you know, you can't have a top 5 with having that asterisk of a 6 in there. Out here in California, and I'm sure everywhere else around the country, maybe not everywhere, but in certain situations, a lot of our reservoirs get really, really low this time of year, and then they fill up as these winter storms kind of roll through California. And if you've kind of noticed, you know, when you get like major flooding, you'll see fish in the middle of the street that's flooded. And that just tells me that when the water rises, the fish also have the potential to rise with that water in the water column. Dirty water, that sort of thing. So, you know, when I get a major storm out here in California, even though it might be post-frontal, I'll get out there if we have rising water, and I'm beating the bank with a spinnerbait right here. Now this is a Shimano one. I love the gold blade. This is the Colorado and the Willow blade combined. I got the X-Zone Swammer on here, but again, 3.8, even something in the 4-inch version of the Kitex will work too. But don't sleep on a spinnerbait in rising water. So again, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully some of this helps you out and can help you guys get on them this winter and catch more fish. As always, all the links will be down below in the description. And as always, guys, Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, drop some comments down there. Let's get a conversation started on what you have confidence in during the winter time. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See you.